And we kick things off with legal matters. The High Court in Pretoria expected to give judgment regarding former National Assembly Speaker Nosiviwe Mapisa-Nqakula's request for full disclosures in her criminal case. The state has already shared parts A and B with her lawyers, but Mapisa-Nqakula is also seeking information contained in part C of that docket. Watching the developments is SABC News reporter Canny Maphanga, joining us now live from inside the High Court in Pretoria. And my understanding, Canny, is that Part C deals with what's called an investigation diary, which would outline whether or not due process was followed in this case.
Indeed, you're spot on. Good morning to you, Ayanda, and to the viewers at home. We expect at 10 a.m. this morning, the Gauteng High Court in Pretoria will put to rest this back and forth between the state and former Speaker of the National Assembly, Nosiviwe Mapisa-Nqakula's legal team, over this issue of full disclosure. As you've correctly stated, Nosiviwe Mapisa-Nqakula wants full disclosure in this high-profile matter against her. We know that she's been given Part A and Part B of the criminal docket, but of course she wants to get her hands on Part C. And as you've correctly stated, Ayanda, it has that critical information of the investigation diary, which records every single step taken in investigating this particular matter against her. We know that Mapisa-Nqakula's legal team is charging that there was a fundamental abusive process in this particular matter and that it is politically motivated. They've questioned the conduct of the state in nabbing Nosiviwe Mapisa-Nqakula. We understand that information regarding the critical or star witness in this particular matter will be contained in Part C of that docket, so it is quite prudent, rather, Ayanda, for them to get their hands on this particular piece of information. Now, there were arguments last week regarding why the various parties would want to have access to it, or rather why the state would not want to hand over this critical information. The state is stating that it is privileged information, but we don't know further as to why they don't want to hand over this information that they describe as confidential. But of course, for the defense, that is Mapisa-Nqakula's legal team, it is quite obvious that they've stated that this is a politically motivated case. And it is already public knowledge, Ayanda, that the defense contractor that made these allegations and effectively implicated Nosiviwe Mapisa-Nqakula in these alleged crimes is the star witness for this particular matter. However, she has a case of her own to answer to regarding this very issue. So the defense wants to get an understanding surrounding the circumstances as to how she became a witness in this particular case. And in the words of the defense, what were the promises that were made to this defense contractor to implicate Nosiviwe Mapisa-Nqakula? They believe that this information will be vital in acquitting Nosiviwe Mapisa-Nqakula of these very serious charges of 12 counts of corruption and 1 of money laundering. So we expect that at 10 a.m., Justice Mosopa will finally put this matter to rest. We know that this case has been significantly delayed, and we haven't even seen the commencement of the trial yet, as pre-trial issues are still being ironed out before the Gauteng High Court in Pretoria. If she gets access to Part C, we then can expect that this matter will be prepared for trial. If not, you can expect further delays, because we know that the defense is adamant that this information is critical to Nosiviwe Mapisa-Nqakula's defense. So we'll find out when Justice Mosopa arrives at 10 a.m. whether or not Nosiviwe Mapisa-Nqakula was successful or not in getting that bid for further, or rather full, disclosures in the corruption case against her.
Yeah, very quickly, Canny, if things do go the way of the former speaker, is there an expectation that the trial then will get underway today, or are we likely to see a postponement in any case for her lawyers to obviously go through Part C, I presume, before getting away with the substance of this case?
Absolutely. There'll definitely need to be a postponement for the defense to consider the information in Part C. Remember, what they are trying to advance is that this is a politically motivated case, and in order to do so, they have to do a full assessment of the circumstances behind how the defense contractor became a witness in this particular high-profile matter. So that will take some time, and of course, the judge will have to give another postponement in order for that matter to be prepared for trial.
Fair enough. Canny Maphanga, as always, thanks very much indeed for helping us understand these sometimes convoluted back and forths. Canny's live to us there from inside the High Court in Pretoria.